when I returned to Iowa from Arizona for my hiatus at graduate school, I first went to the hills that I knew so well, and I started documenting the landscapes. As time went on, my husband Rick and I made every fall travels to northeast Iowa, high up northeast Iowa, and see the hills, the valleys. Every fall, leaf change time, we were up at Effigy Mounds. So that was in my memory bank. With kids, we started going there in the fall, and then upon this idea that the landscape is bigger and grander than what I was seeing around me, I started returning to Effigy Mounds on a seasonal basis in about 2017, 2018, and about every 3 months, I would go and do a great walking tour, take lots of photographs. So I have huge numbers of photographs. And my colleague, Thomas, years ago, said, "You don't take good photographs." And he's right. I don't take good photographs, but they're photographs that I can use for my benefit. So while they look photographic, they are photographic to a degree, in that they're a reference point. My interest in that, I think, is innate. I've always been a very detail focused person. I can tell if something's an eighth of an inch off level. I can tell if there's something largely on the floor, the walls, the ceiling, on the counter that's a crumb. I focus on the small things, but I think that in that focus on the small things, I really want people to understand the big things. And each photograph I choose to work from is largely 2 or 3 photographs put together, up to 5 photographs. Though the verticals are a little different because they tend to use one photograph that's been distorted in its front to back progression. I'm not a colorist. It's a simple choice. I look at my student who is a colorist and I can reinforce that. I'm not a colorist. I see in black and white. I love color. Color's beautiful. Color gives a whole nother layer. But black and white is transformative in terms of perhaps putting something in a memory bank, putting something in a world of nostalgia, a world of memory, a world of, this is a different place. This is a reality and not a reality at the same time. The piece that's here on the wall on the left is the 4th version of that image. And a previous iteration, number 2, actually went to a dear friend because she loved it. But number 1, I started on the wrong side of the paper. And I didn't realize it. I mean, the wrong side being the back side in my eyes. I got about 2 hours in, I went back another day and I thought, why does this feel so weird, so strange? So I abandoned that one. And then number 3 just wasn't working. But number 4, I'm pretty happy with. Small pieces are the most recent, and those 2 works look at the landscape where I now live. Rick and I moved 3 months ago to our rural acreage, 10884 Cable Road, and it's beautiful there. So I want to document, I want to document my neighbors and what I remember as the farmsteads of my youth. It's a quarter of a mile down the road from where I grew up. And so that's in the offing, and I want to collect these things as, again, that categorical memory, but how memories have changed over time. So I'm excited about that. Other things, I want to go back to Effigy Mounds. I think maybe the Pikes Peak. I was to Mines of Spain, so more Mississippi venues, maybe. It's important for me to note these differences, and I wonder if it's important for other people to see these differences. That said, sometimes I wonder if it would be better to exhibit old work and new work side by side. But I haven't gone to the step of actually going back to exactly the same locations, looking at old drawings and saying, now I'm going to categorically redraw this landscape.